Yeah.
All right. Hey, we are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 29th episode of Dash's Old White Road, or as my dyslexia likes to call it, Dash's ODR, which I have
No,
no
it's
idea what that means.
I think you put
even that's not.
ODW.
Yeah, it's ODW, which just goes to show that the dyslexia is terminal. But
It's overdose.
oh,
It's overdose world.
yes,
But
yes.
anyway, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let's see. I got to get my full analytics up, but we do have we've got a couple of likes in the chat already. We've got Jace, really appreciate it. And yes, we did. We're going to talk about our time at the theater.
Yes. And I'm going to try my best to bite my tongue.
Yes,
but
yes.
Yeah,
Be
I have
nice
not
to
watched
Dan.
it yet either.
Be
So
nice to Dan.
yeah,
I
it's
haven't
great to
watched
see.
it, but yeah.
Neither have I, Galaxy, because
Yeah,
I'm an adult. But it's great to
Well,
see
No,
everyone.
I do want to watch it though, but I'm not going to wait until.
Oh
it goes
yeah,
to
we
the
are going to
screening.
give a spoiler-free review. Though from what I've been hearing, like that's been really tough because a lot of people haven't been able to avoid the spoilers.
Good.
Yeah.
To tell the
But
truth, I
it
just
is
want to
great.
talk about that moron lady that's been trashing the movie before release.
Yeah. and,
Who? Grace Randolph?
Oh hell yeah, I got a lot of rant to say about that.
She's a
stupid lady.
retard. She's a fucking retard.
Yeah,
and
she got 44% credit score. You know what's my 44% to her? 44% of a low IQ of retardation.
Oh, she hated the original movie too. And I'm telling you, it's because it wasn't like the Last of Us TV show. You know, they all suck off the Last of Us TV show over politics.
And
you know, this is a kids' film. There shouldn't be any politics. It's Mario. Like it's a simple, colorful IP about a plumber that fights an evil like fire-breathing turtle.
Exactly. And the thing is that she was criticizing the movie before release, and then she was talking crap that she wasn't gonna watch the movie. I got a feeling that she did watch it or not. I don't care.
She totally watched it.
She totally watched it. The only thing is that she's talking so much crap that in the 44% that she's talking about, that she say, hey, I'm not watching a movie, but the problem is she's not watching the movie, but she's bashing it. And on top of that, they hate male energy. And the thing is that she's so mad because it's not meeting her political agenda. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. It's a kid's movie, for crying out loud.
It's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
How about we catch up with the folks in the chat, and then we can catch up with the people on the panel, and then we can go through the topics rather than pre-exploding like the Challenger. But it is great to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Folks, it's been over 40 years. If any of you are offended by Challenger jokes when Artemis is going and passing the moon, then I don't know what to tell you. But it's great to see K-Blade, great to see Galaxy and Dash and Jace and Dan and all the fine folks and fellow creators here. If you haven't already, like the stream, share the stream. Donations, of course, are always welcome. Yep. And now we can catch up, since we've caught up with the chat. It's great to see Valkyria Winter as well. Got to get you on a Wednesday show because it's the only safe place for you. Dash... It's rare that Dash is on Wednesday shows because he's a very busy guy.
I can make an exception. I might be busy this Wednesday though.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We got plenty of Wednesdays, folks. Network has a show a day for a reason. Okay? 7 days a week, all day, every day, all days until the end of days. But now, before we catch up with the panel, notice the StreamYard ducky is no longer green, it is white, which just goes to show this organization is racist now. But thanks to my white background.
Was it green before? I don't know.
It was green.
Yeah, it was green.
It was green before.
They racially swapped them to white. Racist!
Yeah, they made them white.
No, it's not racist. It's faces.
I thought it was yellow, but okay.
No,
it's now transparent. They made it transparent. They took the green out, and so now it's just a white background. Okay. I think an unnecessary logo change, if I do say so myself.
Well, it is slightly. It's harder to see now in a way, so that's
exactly.
Yeah, but that benefits us. That doesn't benefit StreamYard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we're saving money now. We don't have to remove the logo, Galaxy. If I did this, I can't move you. But if Galaxy moved you to my spot,
Dash.
then we could see it.
Yeah.
And then, we'd be exposed for being cheap dorks. But if we show it the way it actually is, then we've saved money by having a white background. So there you go. Thank you, StreamYard. You've just rendered your paid models completely irrelevant. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch up with the panel and we'll start off with Dash. How have you been, Dash?
I'm doing good. I'm having a good week. Just just doing my usual business. I released a couple of videos, and they're actually doing pretty well.
Good. Did you do anything special since we last talked?
Yes. We're going to talk about that when we talk about the Mario movie. Me and Dan saw it together in person. He saw my real face, and we
Identity is kept with me.
Yep.
So,
Yep,
so that's interesting. You see, guys, I told the folks over at Cancel This Podcast a story about Dash and how he went to the cinema to watch Avengers: Age of Ultron with his girlfriend. You remember?
Oh,
that,
you
Dash?
told him that story. You told him
did.
that story.
He did it yesterday, and I
Yeah.
was on the chat yesterday, and me and Digny were joking around back and
Yep.
forth. Was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
funny.
that was a long time ago. I mean, it was
Yep.
a date. Nothing really came of it. She was a nice religious girl, and that's probably why. Because honestly, even though she was religious, I feel like every guy was out for her.
Oh, damn. Dash Attack went out with Bonnie Blue before it was cool. But how about you, Galaxy? How have you been?
Well, as you already guessed, I had computer problems, so for over a week and a half, and then I got it fixed. So I just had to get a new graphics card. Apparently, get the whole computer, the Windows and stuff reinstalled and all that stuff to get it fixed right and everything. So everything seems to be working now, and I don't have any problems now. So hopefully it stays that way. Because I have too many damn problems. But yeah, that's about all of my problems.
I feel very sorry for Galaxy because he puts a lot of time and effort into doing what he is doing, and for him to suffer technical difficulties when he's trying to build something on Rumble, it can be very disheartening. So we appreciate Galaxy for being here. Hopefully his systems will hold up, and hopefully RAM prices continue to collapse.
Yeah, well,
yeah, we were talking about that yesterday too on Cancel This Podcast.
Yep. So
those prices go down.
Fingers crossed. And we have Google to thank for some reason.
Yeah.
And apparently,
if they do go down, I'm going to try to get some, because I have 32 gigs right now, but it'd be best to get like 64 total at least.
Well, the crazy thing is that the same AI-based software that's being used to make RAM more efficient is also the same kind of software that could render cryptocurrency irrelevant in a few years. But that's not a topic for today's show. I'm sure we'll talk about it on another network show sometime down the line, because that is potentially a very big story, especially for crypto users. How about you, Dan? How have you been?
Not much. Been streaming. I got a little discouraged a couple of days ago that I ended up putting my gloves on me streaming video games and stuff like that, but I came back to stream again. So I started streaming anime. The reason why I was discouraged on the simple fact is that YouTube screwed me for fucking 300 watch hours. And I got so freaking pissed off.
Yeah,
that was the day I was streaming. That was the day I was streaming Screamers on episode 4 on YouTube and Rumble, and I kind of like, you motherfucker. It's like, God damn.
Well, Rumble won't cut you off or anything like that.
Yeah,
games.
Do you know what it is? That the sacrifice that they with YouTube, hitting it 16 hours, 15-hour streams, 8-hour streams, and then I was close to like 100 watch hours left for me to get monetized, and I get screwed for 300. I was mad as hell, man. I was out there harassing YouTube back and forth, finding the victims that YouTube put out there, like Slave Every Game and Low Spec Linux, who doesn't want to stream on YouTube anymore because of the copyright claim. It is freaking absolute disgusting what YouTube has been doing.
Well, thankfully,
they're allowing AI to cover everything.
Yeah, the AI algorithm, because they only focus on bigger creators instead of smaller creators. Us smaller creators be thrown to the goddamn wolves.
Yep.
And that is exactly the reason why the network exists on YouTube and on Rumble, and that is why we welcome all sorts of creators, because if creators like Dan and Low Spec and if even Slay Every Game is getting struck on YouTube, then no one's safe. No one's safe.
Just for
Slay
just
Every
for playing a
Game.
game. Just for
Yeah.
playing a game, you get struck.
He's one of
Yep.
the sweetest guys I know in this in this
A
space.
copyright strike for streaming, no warning. Fuck that.
Nothing. Everything like that. And then the thing on top of that, I heard a couple of guys right now too that I have known for a little while. I've been watching their streams. They got copyright strike for just using their own goddamn music for goddamn Suno.
Yep.
For crying out loud, yeah.
Oh, that's
It's a
because
big issue.
Suno, you need to pay premium, or Suno will like copyright your stuff.
I pay for that. I pay for my shit. But even though I had got a copyright strike for my goddamn own music too. And I pay for premium, so it doesn't matter. It's just YouTube itself, the algorithm policy needs to change, or they're gonna be on the tombstone platform the next couple of years if they keep on going with this bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why
why-
Google created that AI-based software to destroy cryptocurrency, because Rumble is only profitable thanks to Tether and the crypto investment, unfortunately, folks. So it's not surprising Google is investing in an AI software crypto buster, which just happens to reduce AI's RAM reliance. So that's going to be very interesting. We probably should cover that on a future network show. But thank you all for catching up. We appreciate everyone. I'm doing quite well. Just keeping busy. I've got to continue to clear my kitchen, folks, because I'm getting a new kitchen. But I don't want a new kitchen. It's being given to me. So yeah, it's very weird.
Nice.
Yeah, so all this
It's-
stuff about YouTube, and even with Twitch, with Jay's talking about Twitch and everything. Yeah, this is the reason why I don't stream there. Stream either one of them, because I'm not gonna like mess with that shit when they're gonna do all that stuff on there. So must just be-
Galaxy, more people are interested in my kitchen now. By more people, I mean me.
The most
Okay.
the most
I don't want
platform,
to get rid of my kitchen. I like my kitchen very much.
the most platform I like streaming in is X, because X is both like based on the media. When they you see get a lot of people on X, they're coming to your channel and actually put a like and stuff like that. I like streaming on Kick, even though I don't get that much audience on Kick, but I do. Kick is good because there's no copyrights. Twitch has no copyrights, but Twitch has a little censor problem when it comes to politician shit.
Yeah.
YouTube is 100% restricted on everything. Rumble is totally freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel more comfortable on Rumble, but it's hard to get an audience. on
Yeah,
Rumble.
they all have their drawbacks and
I mean,
perks.
no, like you say though, I do stream also on X, but that's it, X and Rumble. So
Yeah,
hopefully
that's
I
why
get
I
people.
love.
Start streaming on Kick too, Galaxy. Trust me. Start streaming on Kick too.
Yeah. The problem is I cannot. I can't get it working. I got an account, but it's
I got to stream on Kick a little bit more. Maybe one day I won't like stream on X, and I'll just stream on Kick and Rumble. Like in
Fun piece
stream
of
my own
advice.
3.
If you want to do well on Kick, find a family member and push them down the stairs. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of doing well on Kick by pushing people down the stairs, you think that's an exaggeration, Dash? It isn't. Kick rewards people for being bad people on their platform.
That was Dan laughing, but yeah.
Yep. No, Dash, Dan, cinema buddies. But the first topic, ladies and gentlemen, 14 minutes. Speaking of someone who will be buddy in your bedroom, 14 minutes dead. Let's talk a little bit about an old content creator who's been doing this for a very long time and loves getting humiliated, like Chrissy Gnome's husband. And that man's name is Mundane Matt, going on the attack against the Hail Mary author with a failed cancellation, trying to cancel this guy because he dared talk to the critical drinker. It's like, what? First of all, right, as much as I value creators who have been in this space for a long time, creators I affectionately call legacy creators, do you know why I call them legacy creators instead of prominent creators, guys? A legacy creator is someone who has done this for, say, 10 years on YouTube and hasn't broken 100,000 subscribers. So we call them a legacy creator. It's a nicer way of saying your greatest achievement as a content creator is lasting as long as you have, not becoming well known. It's sort of a double-edged sword compliment, right?
Well, he was like there at the beginning of the culture
was.
war. For those who don't know who
Yeah.
Mundane Matt was, or Matt Jarbo, and then he completely like turncoated at some point, and now like he's like complete like. So this is a guy who like started out anti woke and then like completely like flipped.
Yeah, and then he tried striking everyone. Oh, you condemn me, I strike you. And people are like, why you strike me, bro? And he's like, I didn't strike you, bro. And then the other guy's like, show evidence, bro. And Mundane Matt showed evidence to compromise himself. Okay, folks? That's how much of an idiot this guy is. This guy has a fetish for humiliation, okay? Because this isn't the first time he's done stuff like this. Quote, Matt Jarbo. Sorry, at Philip Lord and at Chris Miller. I cannot, in good conscience, support hashtag Project Hail Mary after Andy Weir went on a stream with noted chud. Noted chud. Fuck that. Critical Drinker, right? He does have an actual name, the Critical Drinker. The Critical Drinker is an accomplished author. His name escapes me at the moment, but before the Critical Drinker was a content creator, guys, he was an accomplished author who wanted to get into movie reviews and did incredibly well in doing so. So the Critical Drinker is a professional person. He is a successful writer and author. And that was before he became a successful content creator. So to label the Critical Drinker as noted chud, it's like, you're more of a noted chud than the Critical Drinker, Matt Jarbo, because the Critical Drinker is a monumental success, unlike yourself. Continuing the quote, for years this man being the Critical Drinker, has tried to destroy everything that you guys stand for, and to give him a pass like that is a bridge too far. That's just vague posting without context. No wonder he's getting ratioed to oblivion. Now, what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to get panel perspective. We'll start from the top, work our way down, and then see what people have reacted to this particular topic in the comments. So we'll start off with Dash. What do you make of this situation, Dash?
Yeah, so I used to watch Mundane Matt's channel in the old days before I was like, even a content creator, and like he used to have all the same opinions as Vera Dark, Geeks and Gamers. And then like I heard like, he just like a little bit like kind of like diversity in comics. If you like, I forget what he goes by now, but almost like him, like he just completely like got fed up with the space, and then like Digny said, he tried to like flag people. He started doing these gay ops on people, and it just like everyone hated him after that. And so like he just became like a has-been joke for a while, but every now and then he pops up and he's just showing just how far he's fallen from his like where he started.
Exactly. Dash hits the nail on the head. People like Matt Jarbo, formerly known as Mundane Matt, are living proof that doing this can change you for the worse. Now, I've interacted with lots of creators, including Mr. Nobody, who's in the chat. I hope you're doing well. And I can tell you that what we do as creators, for better and for worse, can change us. In Matt Jarbo's case, he had a baptism of fire. He managed to survive it, but he just went nuts. He went nuts. He went after people who were supposed to be on his team. And what's worse, he went after those people and failed to get rid of them, right? Because if you're going to go after someone, you go for the kill in nature, in life, and in industries. So he's an even bigger failure than people realize. And look, it's in his profile. He says incredibly dumb things. It's right there. on the far right. Quote, host of the Hollywood After Dark podcast, former gubernatorial candidate for California in 2003, says incredibly dumb things. So, what does that tell you about this mindset? This guy has been ratioed in this particular post by a factor of about 10 to 1 if you scroll down, right? Yeah, that's over 10 to 1. Scroll up, dash, up, down, stop. There we go. See, look, 110 likes, 1,200 comments.
That's a
Over
ratio.
10 to 1. That's a 10 to 1 ratio, folks. It's crazy.
Mhm.
But what about you, Galaxy? What do you make of all this?
Well, I remember that I didn't really see this video, but the interview, but I do know that the author originally mentioned in the video like how he's talking about Star Trek, and he said it was like the writing was shit or whatever. But then later he was like saying because that some other writer in Hollywood,
Thank
I think
you
it
for the
was,
super sticker.
he said you
nobody.
shouldn't actually talk about that stuff or whatever. And he's like he had to go out and apologize afterwards, which was stupid. But Jarbo's a little punk. I mean, he's always been a punk, so I don't really care what he says too much.
And likewise with all the people who have responded. And thank you again, Nobody, for the donation. And it's great to see Mikey. I hope you're doing well. Great to see folks. Maybe someone's not live at the moment. Maybe that's how we're getting all these extra people, you know? That's one thing you got to understand about content creation. If you do this for so long and other people step away, well, that leaves a gap in the market that you can capitalize on for better or for worse. And another thing I find very interesting about situations like this is when creators from the past who peaked years, if not decades ago, interact with people who are doing very well as creators who have emerged over the past 5 to 10 years. People like Master of the TDS, one half of Gothic Therapy. People like Savvy of Madam Savvy. People like Endymion and Camelot. So many great people who have emerged in the past decade, right? The real life fake wizard who literally emerged in the past few years. People like Valiant Renegade and Price of Reason who have emerged over the past 5 to 10 years, right? So many great people, so many great personalities, so many entertaining figures. This is what content creation essentially does. I know I've literally experienced it as someone who started out, emerged, gained some level of support and infamy, and then faded away. And I'm probably better off for it. In this guy's case, though, he's burned every bridge he's ever had to his own detriment, and he has a humiliation fetish. This post is a great example. Dan, what do you make of all this?
I think the guy is a total freaking failure for all the shit he has done. That's the way I'm seeing it. Because if you guys say he was successful back then, why all the set of changes now, and why is he falling? And that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
And then
he's a traitor.
And he was supposed to be one of us.
Yeah,
like
a
way back,
long time ago. He was
10,
there
12 years
talking
ago.
about The Last Jedi and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy,
long
man.
Time ago.
People can actually change over the freaking years, and I kind of like noticed that on certain people. There were certain creators that were really good back then. Like for example, RTU, right? I used to be a fan of RTU, and then a few years later, when he actually destroyed his channel, he went retarded, like low down completely, 100%.
Doing
so
this,
technically that's the way this guy is where this guy is going right now.
You do this long enough, guys, and I've seen this, and to a lesser extent I've experienced it. The longer you do this, the more likely you will go crazy.
That's why I take breaks.
Some people do take breaks. But the craziness, I think, emerges when you think, not other people, but when you think you're not getting the recognition and support that you think you deserve, okay? Because there are plenty of creators who do this every day, who put on a good show, make good videos, and they don't get the recognition. But they see people emerge almost out of nowhere and become, in some cases, an overnight success in terms of months or a few years. And there are plenty of examples of this, Dash, right? You look at Cater and the Real Life Fake Wizard, two fantastic examples of creators who came out of nowhere, took the pop culture world by storm, and have been rising ever since. But there are examples of creators who have made names for themselves, and as a result, they have become parasitic, like Matt Jarbo, like John Delaroz, like John F. Trent, to name but a few, right?
Yep.
So this does happen, and it's built on
Yeah.
a false premise.
Trent's another example, but like, you know,
Yeah.
where he started out like as kind of level-headed and then went on this like fundamentalist like route and started this whole grift with a literal
went
like
nuts.
furry.
He's the type of
He
person that
went
will.
nuts.
He's the type of person that will stay in the computer all day. Don't take a break. Probably shit and piss after that, and then come back to the computer. Don't go out. Don't have family time, and that's the reason why they become exploited and become their own enemy by the end of the day. Because
how much is it like, you know, like lack of like family? Because like, you know, I mean, I'm very close with my family and stuff, and Dan, I know you are too.
yeah, same here. Yeah, that's why I take breaks. I take breaks and make time for them, because these are the type of people that would just live on the computer all goddamn day. And they see, they go nuts. They start thinking hallucinations, start saying stupid shit out of their mouths. And then they see, they get hate grade from a lot of people that of what they say. They ruin themselves.
They're the kind of people who beat their own wife.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Like somebody we know. We're not going to mention his name here because he'll pop it in the goddamn chat and start
Yep.
talking to everybody here. Because he's lurking around.
He is lurking.
Yep. We know who he's talking about. Starts with a J.
Oh dear, folks.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. Tell you this right here, right now. Some creators are talented and don't succeed. Other creators are not talented and they do succeed. Because talent alone is not enough to prevail as a content creator, right? Look at Henry Cavill. Incredibly talented actor. Most of the projects he's in, either in the short term or the long term, turn into failures. And it's of no fault of his own. It's the fault of an industry that doesn't want people like Henry Cavill to succeed, because the industry perceives him and people like him to be a threat. The complete opposite is true of Matt Jarbo, right? The opposition wants to push defectors like him in order to infest the zeitgeist, but clearly because of his humiliation fetish, and this post is living proof, that he enjoys getting ratioed, he enjoys getting dogpiled, he enjoys getting, for all intents and purposes, humiliated. And for some reason, he still has a support base. I don't know why. Just like Boogie. Boogie, 2988, still has a support base. RTU, Review Tech USA, still has a support base.
PBS.
These people who peaked 5, 10, 15 years ago, who have now gone crazy. It's something that ought to be studied in order to prevent other potentially great creators from suffering the same fate. I mean, to a lesser extent, even Angry Joe has gone nuts, but it hasn't.
Oh yeah,
really...
noticed that too. Angry Joe. Oh my god,
he used to be way more level-headed.
Dude, I was such a big, huge Angry Joe. I used to love every content about the games. I liked the way he used to expose people out into the door, including developers, including other people. And what happened with Angry Joe after 30 years? After some of the fact, ever since Trump got became president again, he went absolutely mentally insane.
I think it's because he has family that, some of his family might not be of legal status. I think that has to be it. Why else would it be so personal?
The people around him have ensured that his project has not gone full mundane mad. Okay, folks? And I think that's the thing that is ultimately protecting the legacy of Angry Joe, is the good core group of people who are good people who are around him, like the giant guy and the mini Mexican. Those two, especially, they're the ones who keep the train on the tracks. But speaking of train tracks, Mac Jarbo, you are a train wreck, and we're sick of looking at you. So now it's time for our second topic, where we talk about money.
All right, money, money, money.
That's how
Yes. Do you know why?
Do
Do you know why we're talking about money, folks? Because money is tight right now, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on a system. Like say $1,000 for a PS5, as Sony's sky-high prices get exposed. $1,000
Wow.
PS5s in an era when the Steam machine could be released for $1,000? There's no contest, man. There is no contest.
I got
Like the
something to say
stream,
about
share
this.
the stream. Donations are always welcome. We're just waiting for Dash to pull it out because he loves to pull out. Come on, whenever you're
Yep.
ready, Dash.
And I just got confirmation Damien will be here as soon as he finishes his Deadlock game.
Good, good. Nice to know he's picking his own stream over this one. That's good to know.
No, he got confused on the time. He got confused on the time.
Okay, well, it's not the first time Damien's been confused during an event. But apart from the fact that PS5s are going to cost $1,000, especially their Pro versions, the PS6 is not only in development; it's under active development. And
Nuts.
Yeah, and this
when
is
I
probably going
look
to be
at
over 1,000 for those.
It's
yeah,
redundant.
most likely, because I don't believe for a second the PS6 will release for
so
below
they're
$1,000.
raising the price of like the normal console, and then they're going to release a new console the same amount just because like they're very fixed on these like exorbitant prices for consoles that don't have any exclusive games worth playing.
Exactly. The PS2 exclusive library, originally when the PS2 exclusively came out,
Silent
would
Hill
be
2, like
we went through it on Cancel This Podcast. I don't believe Silent Hill 2 was mentioned, but there were quite a few games, including Dynasty Warriors 2, which I enjoyed to no end. But that debut library of PS2 games single-handedly killed the Sega Dreamcast. Now, PS5's opening exclusive library was minimal. It was minimal. It's just a few games.
well,
The
they
same will
did
be
have
true.
Ratchet and Clank. That was like the only like really good one, but yeah, abysmal launch.
Yeah, but according to the Gameverse, quote, the PS6 is reportedly closer than we think. Well, 8 years a generation. I think we know exactly when it's going to get released. Targeting 2027, early 2028 release. That is interesting. Rumored PS6 handheld companion. You have no business making a handheld, Sony, after you killed the PS Vita. I don't know what an AMD system is, and neither do most people on the internet.
Well, that would be the CPU basically. The AMD
Yeah,
CPU, so
I'm not good with graphic card specs like either, man. Like it's all gibberish to me.
I'll tell you this,
graphics cards
Galaxy.
yet, but yeah,
I'll tell you this though, Galaxy. The vast majority of people who use CPUs use Intel. The vast majority of people who use GPUs is NVIDIA. Going outside of that dynamic, which is what Sony and Steam,
AMD is
Valve,
usually better
rather,
with CPUs than they are with GPUs, apparently. So it's just that
my worry is though, for Valve especially, since they're going the AMD route, is that NVIDIA will respond by making their systems exclusively for other platforms.
Well,
they're a petty company.
Read the next line, Digny.
I guess that's what I'm saying. It's around an RTX 4080 level performance, but it won't be under an NVIDIA equivalent. It won't.
RTX 4080 is NVIDIA.
I know.
Oh man, I do not.
No, we're talking about level. Scroll up, Dash. What are you doing, man? We're talking about level performance. We know from NVIDIA's history, companies that have decided to take steps that don't include their graphics processors, those companies get isolated and condemned by NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is now a multi-billion-dollar entity, not because of gaming, folks, because of AI. So hopefully that bubble bursts and weakens their power. But say it does. What's NVIDIA going to go to? It's going to go back to its roots, and it's going to bully hardware developers into using their systems again.
I do have one
because
thing
that's
to
the kind of
say
company they are.
about that part
What was
with the
that?
RTX. I do have one thing about the RTX 4080. Why are they using one of the lower end cards? Why do they do a 50 series?
Well,
It's a
I'll tell you.
PS6.
I'll tell you why though. Right? These console makers always do that. I remember when the Xbox One released, its equivalent performance for Nvidia graphics wise was a 1060 in 2013. 1060 in 2013. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Let me
What's
tell you
wrong
something.
with you?
I got something to say right here.
This-
These prices right here, this prices right here are nothing but rent money. This is rent money right here. This is like how much they charge here, like close where I live at. I live in a crappy neighborhood, right? Where close where I live at, they charge about $2,000-$3,000 a month in rent.
Yep.
See,
This is like
this
almost
is-
close to rent money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is why people actually want to get a PC instead.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
not going to be any cheaper though.
No, because the graphics card is like fucking $3,000. Because last time I went to
Yeah,
Micro Center, they wanted like a 5090 for like almost close to $4,000.
Yeah, as
Well, I
much
mean,
as
you-
like
you don't
PC
need-
gamers
you really
like
don't
the
need a
most,
5090
like
right now,
it
but-
is just if not more expensive. But if you can get a good PC, then you are like set.
Yeah, you got to get the
Hello.
bundle pack. If you get the bundle pack for like a lower price, maybe half price off with a high end graphics card like a 5080, you could get like a PC, a good gaming PC for like what, $2,500 to $2,700.
Mhm.
With like, it depends on the RAMs and the memory card. I mean, and the memory stuff that they
Oh.
have in it, like the SSD or
You
M.2s.
Yeah, my new
Dan, you're talking about, bundles and ramming just as Damien arrives. I mean, it's not the best
Hello,
way to make first
boys.
impressions.
Shout out to Damien.
Hey,
Yeah, it's great
Damien,
to
how's
see
it going?
Damien.
I dang.
How you
Got
doing?
your,
Anyway.
got your computer fixed? Or
Yes, I've been living the life ever since I got my replacement for my GPU.
Also, by the way, Dan, the new graphics card I have is a 5070.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh my.
yeah,
Still
isn't
rocking
it
my
crazy?
3090.
Like two of my panelists got decommissioned because of computer failures.
yeah.
Yes.
So I wasn't here last week.
Still got my 3090. Still rocking it.
Yeah, my PC
I'm
is.
telling you, I have the weakest system. What GPU system do you have, Dash?
I can't really remember it, but I have a GeForce RTX.
Mm,
Well, if you hit
there are lots of them.
if you go into your runtime Windows R,
Yeah.
type in DXDIAG.
Or you can
and
just go to your
and hit enter.
settings and look for it.
Settings.
Yeah, that
But,
that too. But also, if you do it this way, you just hit whatever your display is, the main display or
Well-
whatever, and it'll show what your graphics card is too.
Since Damien is here, would you buy a PS6, Damien?
After I have dumped over 35K on my PC, I don't think I could afford a PS6.
Oh wait,
Who the hell
South
wants the
African
PlayStation?
currency is worthless.
Yeah,
So
I will not.
35,000 rand is not a
I
lot.
think
Yes.
the fact Square Enix decided to drop PlayStation is a good enough to say that, like, they don't have anything that like I need that I can't play anywhere else.
And what's the reaction,
Yeah.
Dash? Now you can scroll down.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was still looking for my PC specs, but
That's
yeah,
all right.
it's
Don't
top
worry.
of the line. It is top of
We
the
can check
line.
it. We can check it later.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay, folks. Right. Oh, the profile
Yeah.
of a PS6 gamer is a billionaire. So none of us.
We're not Jews.
My goodness.
Seen it enough.
Thankfully I did not
what-
hear
what-
what Damien said.
Yeah. One thing I will say though, it does look sleek when it's black like that instead of white for the
Oh,
console. It just looks cooler. I like it. It's more smoother and stuff when it's black. The white part, the white looks
Yeah,
kind
this
of like
comment
rough.
section's boring, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What
Damn.
were you hoping for, Dash?
What
Vitriol?
was I hoping for? I was hoping for memes. I was hoping for people arguing about prices.
He was
thing is,
hoping-
unfortunately,
Damien.
gamers, yes.
Not to
Damien.
mention the black actually like it goes back to the older models because PS4 and PS3 were black.
Yeah, this is just an AI like placeholder. We don't know if it's
Yeah,
going
I
to
know,
actually look like
but
this.
I think it actually, if it does look like that, that is the right call. I think anyway because most people like identify the PlayStation now with black because I mean the first one was gray, but you know the original PlayStation. But
Yeah,
the
I
other,
remember
but
people
the other,
were not crazy about that switch to white.
yeah, PS5 is ugly, like
Racist.
really really ugly. I know it's just an ugly design.
It's a Wi-Fi system, Galaxy. It looks like a Wi-Fi emitter.
You
But
know,
Damien,
honestly, I love my
it-
PS5. I just wish Sony would actually, like, do something with it instead of
no,
just making new, better models like the PS Pro. And then,
no, don't do
they're
that.
already ready to abandon it.
No, we've
Mhm.
sold 75 million PS5s, folks. It's a success. Where are the games? Well, you
Yeah,
bought an
that's true.
Xbox One. That didn't have any games. But Damien, the
Mhm.
reason
Dead Rising
Dash,
3 was
Yeah,
great.
the,
Digby ask Damien something.
Yeah.
it's all right. It's all right. Damien, the reason Dash was not happy with the comments section was because there was no OnlyFans links. Okay, folks?
But
Right?
the thing is, I'm not sure that that should have seen the offerings that he was into.
Well, we got to get him into Bonnie Blue, folks, because she'll let any man fuck her. Okay, and I say that facetiously, but there are people who have lost their virginity to that monster. It's terrifying. Imagine if you lost your gaming virginity to the PS5. The PS5 is the Bonnie Blue of games consoles. I dare to say that. I
And the
don't know
most
what the
ripoff.
PS6 is going to be. The Mia Khalifa of games consoles. It gets fucked a few times and people don't care about it ever again. This is a serious issue, and I'm
No, no, no,
covering it in
no,
the
no.
least serious way possible.
The PS6 is actually going to be the Pam Bondi of video game
Oh no.
consoles.
Oh!
No. No. But yes, the PS5 does look like a space heater, Jace, and maybe the PS6 will as well. One thing I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll see this a lot throughout creation, especially in pop culture and gaming, when something succeeds really well, the thing that comes after it will not be as well. Right? Look at GTA 4 to GTA 5. GTA 4 was a disappointment. GTA 5 was an immense success. So it's likely GTA 6 will be a disappointment. You look at PlayStation, you look at the PlayStation 2. Massive success. Way bigger of a success than the PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 3 had a bad start because it was overpriced, but eventually it did well. The PS4 did incredibly well, but the PS5 may have done well on paper with sales, but its legacy will be nowhere near as strong as the PS4 or the PS2.
Yeah, PS5 succeeded because of brand. Like that
Exactly.
was it. The brand and trust, and that trust is eroded. Sony
Gone.
will not go make with their legacy IPs. They've fundamentally changed and rebranded God of War. They are known as like The Last of Us, like lesbian with a bow company.
Yeah,
It's
but
gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad, Damien, that
Yes.
you can buy the Last of Us Complete Edition on the PS5, and it's more expensive than buying the entire Resident Evil library on Steam.
Wait, and you're saying that Capcom allows this?
Yes, they recently put the original Resident Evil games on Steam. They recently did it in response to
Oh,
people who wanted it on Steam. And the entire Resident Evil library,
Yeah,
originals,
I will.
remakes,
They
a
also
lot.
they
I
also
will
put
say
they
this: is that
oh, go ahead.
I'm shocked at the fact that a company as greedy as them wouldn't charge more.
No, because Capcom realized, and then we'll get Galaxy's perspective. Capcom realizes that Square Enix have made a good Devil May Cry game, so they've got to up their ante because that's Capcom's domain. Okay, so that they got to be nicer now, and they're trying to be nicer. They're a greedy company. Don't get me wrong, but they're nowhere near as greedy as Sony, and that's sad. Go ahead, Galaxy.
Sony's very greedy. I
Oh,
tell you, Sony's greedy as hell.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they also put Breath of Fire 4 on Steam as well, which was originally
Yeah.
just on GOG.
Like the
So
fact that you have to pay $18 a month just to play the original God of War games, that 1 and
Yep.
2. The fact that you have to pay fucking premium and get all this extra shit that you don't want. Like, why can't I just buy the games outright? Why can't like they make an emulator app
Computer
for it if
says
they can't
no.
run it natively?
No, can't do that. Can't do that. Same with Nintendo. We care too much about our
No, the
so-called
thing is,
legacy.
Nintendo is actually doing that. Like, you can play almost every Nintendo system now, including the Virtual Boy on the Nintendo Switch too.
Oh, I can't wait to pay money to a subscription model only to have my eyes fuck up using the Virtual Boy system.
Oh, the
It's
funny
like
thing is
paying.
with the Virtual Boy is you have to buy an accessory in order to play those games. Like, I was a complete pass. It's a novelty what they're doing.
So
They're
does
selling a
does it
novelty.
does it still murder your eyes when you play it?
Probably the games are all red.
Who's dropping their coin? Who's Jewish on this panel?
You are.
It's not me. I ain't dropping no coins. I ain't clipping no coins.
maybe
It's
it's Dan.
Damien, isn't it? It's
I got my
Damien.
mic muted.
I was about to say
Oh.
I just dropped something.
Yeah, you dropped a coin, you coin clipper. But Dan, do you want anything to say in regards to this topic?
To tell the truth, man, if these prices keep going uprise like that, nobody's gonna be able to buy this shit. They're gonna flop. They're gonna
Yeah,
flop.
absolutely.
Completely flop. And then the only thing is, like I was saying, right, for PS5, I got one here, it's catching dust. I don't even use this shit. The only time I use this damn PS5 is when I'm gonna play Gran Turismo with VR, if I'm gonna play it online or not. That's the only thing. Even the VR when it first came out was like what, $650. Imagine if it goes back again into the sale market. How much is gonna be after the prices of increase with the PS5? How much is gonna be? Like maybe like what, $1,200 for the VR headset? Yeah,
Yeah.
and now it's dropped to $450 because nobody's buying it. If VR is like for PS5, it's dead because it's not even barely anything for it, except for like 3 games that came out for it. Like they
It's
yeah,
well, Dan, it's getting so bad, guys, right?
it is.
That Steam and Valve, who are historically weak when it comes to hardware, is releasing a brand new Steam controller with a clip-on, clip-off battery charging system.
Exactly.
Of course, the Steam machine, which is the Gabe Cube, which is a full entry into the PC market, which you can use to play Steam games, play Valve games, and use it as a PC with its own operating system, Steam OS, which I think is, if that does well, Windows better be shitting bricks
Oh yeah, but
over
the
that.
thing is,
Oh,
I've seen
imagine if they
people.
start selling PCs with a Steam
Yeah.
operating system.
Yeah, it's
And
dangerous.
you could make your own freaking Steam machine just by buying the little parts on the computer store, like the Micro Center. Just buy the motherboard, buy the freaking the processor, and like maybe 2-3 RAMs. So you could make your own Steam machine using Linux.
You also mentioned, Dan, VR. I mean, Steam's even debuting its own VR headset. Now, I'm not a big fan of VR personally,
It makes me
folks, but
nauseous.
I got 2 VR headsets over here. 3, as a matter of fact. I got the PS5, I have the Oculus Quest, and I got the Oculus Rift. And let me
Which
tell
is
you right
better?
now, it works very well with Steam. Works very well with Steam, and this very less cheaper than the Steam VR, because the Steam VR is expensive. Like, and it's
It
still
is.
pricey. It's almost like $1,000. And then
But it
the
just
only
goes
thing
to
is you gotta
show-
put is sensors all over the place, because that's a pain in the ass. But you get
It
just
just-
one. Yeah. Go ahead.
It just goes to show, though, guys, that Steam, which has historically been weak in its hardware releases, and we all know how god awful that first Steam controller was. All right, it was awful, goddamn awful. But they are so confident now that they're releasing products on every front. Originally with the Steam Deck, now you're gonna get a new Steam controller, new Steam machine, and a new VR headset, all in 2026, all at once. And if they all succeed, I don't think they will, but if they all succeed, then it's only a matter of time before Valve and Steam conquer the games industry fully,
Wow.
because their player base is big enough.
Of course, and they make a lot of money, more than the console itself, more than Xbox, more than
Yep.
PlayStation, more than Nintendo. Nintendo right now is falling,
Oh yeah,
completely falling
Nintendo.
because
There's only one thing, Dan, that can save Nintendo, and that's its movie division. As we
Yeah.
move into the third topic, which could be the fourth topic too, I haven't decided yet. I've split this into two topics because I need all the raw material I can get, which sounds very cynical. But 50 minutes dead for our third and maybe fourth topic combined. Quote, Mario Galaxy movie explored, expanding the Mario cinematic universe. Now, Galaxy, how does it feel to have a Mario movie named after you?
I don't. It's after the
But
Super Mario
it's in
It's
the
the
Galaxy.
name.
Mario Galaxy movie.
It's a TV. It's based on. It's just based on the game.
Yeah.
The game called.
So, how do you feel being named after a Mario movie?
I'm not named after the Mario movie either.
Well,
Because
is your name?
he's named after
is your
Power
name not
Rangers.
Galaxy Red?
yes, I'm after a Power Ranger.
There you go.
I'm not named after any Mario character or game or movie.
I mean, Damien's got dogs and ghosts in his background.
Actually, Dog and Bones. 'Cause we
Okay,
don't have Bone
I
now.
got you backdrop. I don't want to use stealth, but we're going to use stealth.
What's stealth?
Oh, he's this account that tweets about like stuff, but he steals tweets.
Oh. I've worked with a lot of people who steal stuff. Just look at New Blackstreet. But courtesy of stealth, ladies and gentlemen, quote, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, folks didn't laugh at that because that is literally true. The Super Mario Galaxy movie currently has a 92% user average on Rotten Tomatoes, okay? Because there's no mate in tomatoes, folks.
Oh, they dropped 1% down. First it was 44%, now it's 43. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is a laughing stock right now.
See, look, Dan's very eager to.
Oh, let me see what it is currently right now. Rotten Tomatoes.
Very similar to the story of the original movie, hated by most critics, loved by most people who want to see it in theaters. And look, the Mario Cinematic Universe will save Nintendo because the Switch 2 and the Switch 3 and the Switch 4 and the Switch 5 and the Switch 6 will not save Nintendo. Unless they make it literally just bigger and bigger and big. Imagine a Switch 6 and the controller's as big as your arms.
Yo, I think those numbers changed. This is what it's currently at.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
bashing the movie without watching it. A lot of these people talking crap right now are the people that never watched the movie.
They want a Godfather level plot in a children's movie.
No, they want proper political agenda to exploit children and children.
La 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 la. La 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 la
Yeah,
la.
so me and Dan, we saw the movie together, and it's very similar to the first movie. Albeit I think this one has a better story than the first movie, though it might not be as funny. I think all the new characters are great. I think there's some really fun cameos, and apparently there was a cameo we missed, Dan. There was an end credit scene.
Oh yeah, it was. And to tell the truth, it was a fun movie. And like I was telling everybody in the chat, go watch the movie, get a perspective out of it, and then you go allowed to criticize it because the movie was fun. It didn't make sense. It wasn't it was okay. It had its little plots here and there, but it was mostly action based and fighting the whole time. But it was fun. It was fun to
every
watch.
character had something to do. Mario isn't taking a back seat in this movie, and neither is Luigi. Luigi was pretty sidelined in the first Mario Brothers movie, and this he is very active. And then of course you've got newcomers like Yoshi, voiced by Donald Glover for some reason, who just says Yoshi.
That's it, Yoshi.
Yeah,
I just find it funny, folks. I find it funny that the great Donald Glover, black actor extraordinaire, is playing a cartoon animal. Okay, folks. But I want to make a point here. Do you know what this movie reminded me of in the discourse? It reminded me of la 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 lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken.
And I gotta say something right out here too. Brie Larson wasn't that bad either.
Oh yeah, no, Brie was fine.
Brie
Jack
was
was
good.
fine. Honestly, he was great in the first Mario movie, and then he did that awful Minecraft movie as Digny
Brie Larson.
brings out. That's
People-
just
and-
unironically bad. That's just ironically bad.
And what I'm
The
trying to
thing
say here is,
the thing about the Minecraft movie, right, that strikes me very similar with the Super Mario Galaxy movie, because I've seen bits and pieces, I haven't seen the full film, is that we're reaching an era in film now where these big blockbuster films that are mostly for younger audiences, not only do they not appeal to older audiences, they shouldn't appeal to older audiences. The Minecraft movie shouldn't appeal to anyone over the age of 20. Likewise with both Mario movies. These movies is right there, right? Kids and family / comedy / adventure / animation. So what's the priority in the genre? Kids. This film, just like the Mario movie first time around or the Minecraft movie, they are made for a
kids.
younger audience who don't give a damn about story. They give a damn about being entertained.
and
And
action
all
wise.
credit to those people.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But then there was like, like all these music references, like how the first movie bombarded you with Mario references and cues, but now you're not just getting like Mario references. Like they had some music from Yoshi's Island. No, Yoshi's Story. I mean, like snuck in there.
You don't want any music from an island in this day and age, Dash. I can tell you that for a fact. Turn it into Yoshi's Archipelago or something, okay? And
Yeah,
yes, that
so,
was an Epstein joke. Okay, folks, right?
Like
But this film, if people have a problem with this film, I can just make it very clear. It wasn't made for your generation. It was made for a younger generation. Congratulations. This is how boomers felt during the Star Wars prequels. It wasn't made for you.
I got a feeling the next Mario movie will be the Odyssey movie.
I think I'm hearing theories they're gonna tap into Wario.
Are they?
I think
It's
they'll
the
do
beginning.
Wario next.
Yeah, it's the
But,
beginning.
They're
It's the
definitely
beginning
going to
of
do
the-
Star Fox. They are definitely going to.
Yeah,
Fox
definitely.
wasn't just a cameo in this movie. He had an active role, and they actually explain why he's here.
Long live the Mario Cinematic Universe, folks.
Oh yeah,
The Mario, the Super Mario Galaxy movie had a single purpose: to capitalize on the success of the first film by using this film as a vector to create a cinematic universe. So expect a
they're
Star
totally
Fox
mission
movie.
accomplished. Mission accomplished. They did it.
So
They did it.
expect
It was
a
fun.
Yoshi film, a Luigi film, a Peach film, even those blue ghost creatures, popcorn bucket film where you can reach into the creature's eyes.
Loomis?
Do you guys get that? You guys get that popcorn bucket?
Oh, we
that
got the
lights up?
Yoshi. We got the Yoshi popcorn
The
bucket.
Yoshi one. Right, where you're eating from an egg, which is interesting
Yeah,
to say
I'm
the
probably
least.
not going to put popcorn in it. I'm just going to keep it as a collecting.
Me too. Mine is still wrapped in a bag. I never
But if
opened it.
this film had one primary objective, and that was to launch the Mario Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, and
to
Hollywood is
Nintendo.
terrified. They are terrified of Nintendo encroaching in on film, especially with how family friendly their first two films have been. Now they got Zelda coming out next year.
Was Donkey Kong in this?
No, not as a voice. Seth Rogen was not a part of it, but he's there for
Right.
like 2 seconds in one frame as like a little cameo.
Yeah,
That's very interesting to me because Donkey Kong had a key role in the first film. Maybe people didn't like the fact that Seth Rogen was voicing that
If
character.
only we were so lucky. It just seems like Seth Rogen, all he does is like kids stuff now. Like he's rebooting Darkwing Duck.
I was trying
And
to
of
say
course
something
he's-
here. I mean, I want to say something here. I know some of the actors. I'm not a big fan of like Brie Larson and everything. As long as they play a good role in the movie and not put anything that's gonna like really fuck it up, I'm good with it.
Honestly,
right now-
Dan, Brie Larson's overhated. She was overhated even back when
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
she's
saying
always
that
been
feminist
overhated.
shit. Like, people overhated her, and then they just like, stop. She's already dead. Why do you keep doing it? And then people just made YouTube careers just shitting on her.
Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, she sucks. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fan of her, but
She really doesn't suck that bad. She was fine in
she was
Kong
fine in the
Skull
movie,
Island.
you know?
Stop defending women.
Yeah, she was fine in the movie with the Mario, but it's just like I say, people like really, like for example, threw her
Even
into the
Yellow
curb because
Flash
she was
is
that
starting
bad.
to like Brie Larson now.
Yeah, because maybe sometimes.
Do I have
Understand.
to, Jace?
Right? No, don't do that. Understand this, folks. The industry changes people within it and outside it. And it's not just the entertainment industry, but content creation itself as an
True.
industry, right? And I'll use myself as an example because I'm one of the few creators out there who has completely done exactly the same stuff year after year after year for a solid 4 years. Okay. I have seen so much change around me that what I was doing in 2023, in 2022, 2023, 2024 was perfectly acceptable, and you got rewarded and you got all these connections and you were welcome with open arms. But in 2025 and 2026, it's not really acceptable anymore. Same stuff, same talking points, same mindsets. It was acceptable in one era and it's not really acceptable in another. Now, it could shift back. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that that's what we're going through right here, right now. We are seeing an industry shift where things that were fine before are not fine now. And you look at the success of the Mario movies, of the Sonic movies, of the Minecraft movie, it's not that they're putting entertainment first. It's that they're absolutely articulating what the movie is for, not about. For. It's for children. Because if you can hook in the children, you can get people for life.
Oh yeah, this is
Nintendo.
all part of Nintendo's strategy. Not only do they get another revenue source, they get free advertising for their movies, and hell, what do you know? They're making a new Yoshi game for this May.
Yep.
Isn't
Because
that
they know.
funny?
And that for the Switch 2 or for
Yep.
the
It's
Switch 1?
Switch 2.
That sucks.
Nintendo know, and they've known this for decades. They know that ultimately their gaming division would fail eventually, right? We've seen examples of it. 20 years ago, the Nintendo GameCube failed. It failed. It completely failed. It was a great console, but it completely failed. That's why they had to take risks with the Wii, and it succeeded. And ever since, we've been seeing success, failure, success, failure. The Switch 2 will be just like the PS5.
Yeah, from a hardware standpoint, they will get obliterated. But from an IP standpoint, which is their strongest thing, because they've taken care of their like IPs better than any of these companies, like Sony. Like I keep bringing up Sly Cooper. Like they've completely abandoned something that was once a flagship franchise for them. They abandoned like Days Gone. That could have been a franchise.
Well, to tell the truth, Sony went third party after they sold their games to Steam.
Yeah, but now they're trying to take it back. Now they're trying to
now.
take
Once
it
you listen, for example, if you make a contract with a company and say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna sell you Stellar Blade on Steam," you can't just take Stellar Blade. You already made the contract. They already bought Stellar Blade from you,
Well,
so it's gonna be
all
sold
the
on
stuff
Steam.
they already put on is still going to be there, but for like future games. And now, guess what? Now Shift Up doesn't want to work exclusively with Sony anymore.
I don't blame them. Was it the censorship with Eve and the blood and gore with the game?
Yeah, in fact, they're teaming up with the original Resident Evil creator and the creative mind behind Evil Within, and they're going to be making a new game.
Oh, that's going to be dope.
Hopefully something horror themed.
Oh, it's gonna be dope when they actually the Resident Evil that you talk about, the creators of Resident Evil, the Evil Within, and the Shift Up. That's gonna be like the company's gonna blow up with those three people. Literally, it's gonna be a great place to make games.
Oh yeah, I can look forward to it.
Me too.
I am looking forward to that too.
Me too.
let's get Galaxy's perspective on all this because we appreciate him for being here. What do you make of this film?
Well, I
No
kind of like it.
spoilers.
Well, I haven't watched it, so I can have a spoiler. Anyway, I am I think it's looks like it's going to be a good movie, and obviously people are liking it because it's a high audience score. But critics are always going to be like they hated the first movie too, so I don't really care what critics say with this movie. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what really happens in the movie, other than I know that Star Fox is in it, and
Well, what did you think of the first one?
the first one was I thought it was fun. It had some parts that it was the thing with at the beginning they had like his stuff like Peach was all like almost like girl boss, but in a way, but it's not really girl boss because she's lived there. She's lived in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I
So
feel like it was balanced out in this one because, like, for one, like you have Rosalina, who is like an all-powerful goddess, but she's also gets captured by fucking Bowser Jr. So it's and people are already complaining. Brie Larson's only speaks for 10 minutes. They say Star Fox gets more screen time than Brie Larson, and people are mad at that.
Oh, good.
Well, Mario saves the princess. That was the whole point of Mario. And guess what? Rosalina's the princess.
Look, man, save him from Bowser Island. Am I right?
Well, I guess Luigi got a girlfriend now because he can go out with Rosalina.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
I'm just saying it like that because remember, Mario always faces Peach, and then we got a second princess, so now Luigi can go out the other one.
The ultimate question, guys, is when will Damien do a cosplay of Peach or Rosalina?
Oh, I'd love to see that.
The thing is, do they have any alternative outfits that's a little bit more revealing?
Don't you have a problem with
try their sports outfits?
Hey, Damien, don't you have a problem wearing a dress? You take it up the ass. Surely wearing a dress isn't a problem for you.
I wanted to be lewd.
No, you're wearing a dress, right?
No, I will be
Let's
lewd.
face.
I see what
facts,
Digny
Damien.
likes. I see what Digny likes.
Right, let's face facts, Damien. If you take it up the ass, wearing a dress shouldn't really be an issue. All right.
He's got a point.
I didn't say.
In fact, it makes it easier for folks like Dash to have their way without anyone noticing. Especially if the dress is big enough.
I know exactly what Digny likes. He likes to sing both from Brother Rogers all the time.
I'm sorry, Furious Dan, but no Indian is getting on a boat thanks to Iran. But what I find very interesting about this poster is how they're all flying in what looks like space, but it's probably like Nintendo space, just like Invincible space, where you can just go up there and breathe for some reason.
Yeah,
I think. Well, the potential of this, I think, is immense. And the Mario Cinematic Universe, the MCU all over again, folks, is going to save Nintendo from its inevitable downfall with the Switch 3 and the Switch 4. Because I've played the Switch. I played the Switch 2, right? They're very similar. The improvements are marginal at best. And if they release a Switch 3 and a Switch 4, all we're going to see is marginal improvements. The controllers get bigger. The screen gets bigger. A few extra updates, but it's still the same. It's still the same thing. You can't succeed doing that.
They would have to come up with a completely new gimmick, and they might lose like part of like the Switch audience that love the portability.
Exactly, but we're all agreed Damien should cosplay as Princess Peach and wear a dress. A pink one. Okay? And he should do what Oliver does in Invincible, right? Paint his face white. You guys remember when Oliver was pink or purple and he had to paint his face white? He had to literally do whiteface to go out in public. Damien will have to do that.
Oh, a shout out to Dan, who sends in $5 saying, thank you, Dash, for having me on the show. Oh, no, mention it. And also, like, for right now, please subscribe to Dan's YouTube channel. I linked it in the description. I would be very happy if you haven't subbed to Dan. Oh, and Galaxy too, but like...
No, his Rumble.
Oh, yeah, his Rumble.
Yeah, you can sub me on YouTube because I might go back to YouTube for a little while till I get monetized. Once I get monetized on YouTube, I'm done with them bastards. I'm just gonna put shorts on YouTube after that. After I get monetized, like anime clips or anime AI clips on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do. After that, I'm not gonna stream on it no more. After that,
you know, there is something else we can talk about since we are talking a bit about Nintendo. And thank you, Dan, for your donation. Dan, you're one of the few content creators I know who will donate to the show while you're on the show. So we appreciate
because I am supportive of everyone because I want everyone to succeed. No one here's a goddamn failure, not in my eyes. Okay, everybody starts from small to big, and in order for you to get big, you have to keep working hard. Even though you work hard, sometimes you can work the hardest. It's hard because you go straight down the hill sometimes.
Yep. It can be discouraging too, but you know, sometimes eventually, like if you persist, like things can pay off. Like it's. And then your hard work, all the sweat, all the all the times pulling out your hair, it makes it like worth it. And we're all here to support you too, Dan.
Exactly. And the thing is that you could, like I was saying before, you could work hard, you could put the effort and everything, but it's not the people, it's the company and the platform you deal with.
A lot of it's luck, a lot of it's, and YouTube makes it very hard. Their algorithm could be way more generous.
In certain times.
You hear that, Damien? You work hard, you sweat, you bend over, you do all sorts of stuff. You tell them not to pull out. You wear the dress. You'll do well as a content creator, okay? And then if you do so well, you'll get put on this special island where you showcase your abilities to the fullest. All right?
Jesus Christ, that was
Yoshi's
hard.
Island.
That was hard,
Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island, where Yoshi's tongue will go where it needs to be. Okay? So on that note, speaking of Nintendo, they've lost something. And no, it's not Peach's dress. It's a patent. Which sounds very boring when you think about it. But if you put enough dark humor involved, it's very interesting. 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 20 seconds. Nintendo loses monster summoning patent after U.S. legal battle. I summon Atreus.
Jesus Christ.
Cowboy edition. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He might as well be a fucking Pokemon with all of his variants. There's Cowboy Atreus. There's Ninja Atreus. There's what else? There's Pimp Atreus. There's Gangbanger Atreus. But I'll tell you what, there will never... Oh, there's Clown Atreus, because Atreus literally wore clown makeup. Remember that? Huh? I do. He's a Pokemon. But don't tell him I said that. He'll get offended. But on that note, folks, courtesy of Pirate Nation, who also wears women's clothing, just like Damien does, quote, the U.S. Patent Office has revoked Nintendo's 2025 patent on summoning characters to battle on the player's behalf, either automatically or manually. This is the same patent cited in Nintendo's legal action against Palworld. Nintendo has 2 months to appeal the decision. They probably will. It does not automatically end the Palworld lawsuit, but weakens Nintendo's position on this mechanic. And my response to that is, you're not a journalist, Pirate Nation. What the fuck do you know? Oh, look, there's a source. Courtesy of Pirate Nation, who wears women's clothing.
Yeah, but it's IGN, unfortunately.
Oh, so he's gay. You can't spell gay without IGN. Ignorant Gay Network. That's IGN, folks. That's what it stands for. What the fuck is that?
Okay, Counts F. Andrew says, hey, Nintendo, maybe suing Pocket Pair was a bad idea or something, as now the lawsuit has the potential to completely diminish your legacy. Ninjas?
Legendary ninjas.
Massive fucking L on the Western Front.
Damn.
That movie did not end well. It ended with a pointless death.
Like getting shot by an arrow.
I'm sorry. Why is Starfield trending?
Starfield. Okay, let's tangent for a bit.
Why?
Oh, it's the
I'm
potato
really
guy.
disappointed.
The coolest
Why
palette.
is Starfield trending? Why? It's a clanker.
Starfield shills probably got a paycheck, it seems.
I actually enjoyed that game. I enjoyed Starfield.
I hear it's fun with mods.
Yeah, you can make like the best Star Wars game ever. Oh yeah, it's coming to the PS5, isn't it?
Well, of course,
Yes,
it's the Sony ponies like getting their sloppy
Yep.
seconds.
Yep.
Hey, we love Starfield. We also like
You-
having
you-
things put up us.
It's better to keep it on PC. Because
Oh,
Sony's
damn.
gonna censor a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing this meme going around, the shotgun meme.
Goodness
Tell me
hilarious.
this isn't like the state of gaming right now.
It is. Which is why Nintendo is betting everything on their Mario Cinematic Universe succeeding. I think the terrifying thing about where things are heading in the games industry is that Steam's growth is exponential. It's gone from 1 million to 10 million to 20 million to 40 million in the span of 20 years, right? 1 million users in 2008, 10 million users in 2015, 20 million users in 2020, 40 million users in early 2026. By the end of the decade, it could be as high as 80 million at this point. It's exponential, and it could well kill the entire games industry, or unite it under the Steam banner forever.
Nintendo to their lawyers.
Hello, Yamamoto, or whatever the fuck your name is. Miyamoto?
Yeah, Miyamoto.
Miyamoto?
I'm surprised he still works there, man, because he's
Oh yeah,
gotta
he
be
is
one-
old, but he was the producer on the movie. He got producer credit, like, you know. So he is probably like with the company for life until like he passes. Which you know, like honestly, like even
Like-
with like
kinda
how
like Iwata from
Nintendo
Zelda.
is what.
The
Oh,
guy
yeah, I'm sure he's producer on the Zelda movie too.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
probably
did
did.
Mario and Zelda. He also, I think, may have had a hand in Star Fox.
Yeah. I think the other guy that did Zelda, the director Zelda, what is it, Iwata? Rest his soul. It could have been even more better if he was still alive.
Oh no,
to
Iwata
direct
was
Zelda.
the former president of
Yeah.
Nintendo. It's
Yeah,
this
he
new
was-
guy who's been fucking everything up. Like
He was
this-
good though. The other guy, the last one.
Yeah,
that passed away,
him
he was
and
good.
Reggie were a great combo. They bounced off each other really well.
Yep.
I love their skits at E3.
Mm.
They were
Yeah.
very, very customer friendly, or at
Yeah.
least like they gave the appearance of customer friendliness, which is
That's-
what PR is all about.
Exactly, and that's when he was alive. That's when Breath of the Wild came out, and they actually added a character with him somewhere in the island. He was one of the regular villagers.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I
Oh,
found
those-
him. I forgot what
Yeah,
place
you
it
know,
was.
there's
but I
this
found him.
weird gravestone you can find in Donkey Kong Bonanza that I think might be like dedicated to him. I'm not
Ooh.
sure. Like
Hey,
I
those
I
days
found
are
this
gone,
secret
though.
gravestone in the game.
Yeah, but they did it with Zelda with him though.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like they might have put a gravestone for him in Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's in the feast lair.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The days of Nintendo trying to embed themselves with gamers and the player base is over. It's been over for a long time. That's why they're pivoting over to the movie space, because that is their way to breathe new life into their ecosystem, for better or for worse, right? because not every company that dips their toes into movies does well, and Nintendo was among those ranks.
Yeah, and I do
decades
like
ago.
I do. Hollywood is going to resist. They're going to get denied the Oscars like every fucking time. You know,
yeah. Which are coming to YouTube, by the way.
they're bringing the Oscars to YouTube. That's desperate.
Yep. Well, it's part of an invasion. Hollywood is going to invade this space of entertainment with the purpose of taking it over. And
I
YouTube,
watch them turn off the comment section.
yep, and YouTube will swallow it up and throw us, people like us, under the bus in favor of the entertainment establishment.
Mm-hmm.
Sad, but
Valkyria says the Star Wars Genesis mod is really good.
It is. It is for Starfield, right? Starfield has the foundation of a great game, but just like Bethesda always does, they provide the foundation for something great, but they don't fill it with anything great. They let other people fill it with something great, which is why Bethesda's modding community is one of the best in gaming, period, at least from a legacy standpoint. So Bethesda, if you want a company to make a game with great foundations, have Bethesda do it. But if you want a company to actually fill that foundation with something great, get some other company to do it. Like Obsidian. That's how New Vegas became such a success. And now
I want to get your reaction to this. So this is
let's play with pals.
This is for the Palworld, the official Palworld dating sim that's coming out. That because Nintendo couldn't kill Palworld, they're now making a dating sim.
When they released this trailer, they did it on April 1st, right? So
no, they've done it a couple of times. It's not going away.
Yeah, I know.
2 years ago, when we made the dating simulator joke, everyone thought it was funny. And 1 year ago, when we put up the Steam page, all the players were laughing. But Takuro, actually make the game? I don't understand.
They'll be fucking each other after that, too.
For starters, the entire dev team is working on 1.0. So we can't even reassign devs. Why do you even want to do this?
He's just playing Slay the Spire.
Right. I get that. But what about the manpower issue? Moving devs around is really difficult right now.
Ching chong.
Hire new ones. Yeah, I guess we could.
Ching chong.
Yeah, okay. But that many? Dating sims aren't normal games. We'd need to hire people who...
Ching chong.
Okay, I guess that works. But the fans will want to know as soon as possible.
Ching chong.
Understood.
I love Slay the Spire. It's such a good game.
More than just foul. The hell?
It's real.
Yeah, they've been teasing it for 2 years. I think I might have started out as an April Fool's joke, but I think they are actually going to make it a real game.
Funny thing, it ends with just says, it's real, then it just stops the trailer.
Well, because it's so absurd. The concept is so absurd, and like something like, they are already making their own Animal Crossing ripoff with Palworld. I think, honestly, like Palworld has the potential to be as much of a multimedia brand as Pokemon does, and that would really piss off Nintendo.
Just like Snape Dog.
Snape Dog, yeah. Wonder Dr. Felix, yeah, that AI channel I watch sometimes. You might find his stuff is funny. Digny, it's
So
kind of your humor.
I can't wait for the Palworld cinematic universe. I can't wait for the Palworld film, folks.
The Palworld film. And
Yeah.
that's like 30 years down the line.
No, it's gonna happen real soon, and it's gonna tie into the dating simulator. And it's gonna be live action Palworld, where one of the controversial scenes will be, you know, a twink like Damien having it off with a chillet.
Oh, what?
The
A
Chillet.
chillet.
That's
It's one
that
of the
blue,
characters in
that blue
Palworld,
thing.
yeah.
Yes.
With a very long and thick tail, Damien, which you like. Or people like you like. Okay?
The pokey fuckers.
Yeah.
Like John.
Yeah. Like him. Like
Doesn't he
Rice
like
Boy.
Lucario?
Yes.
Yes. He too, like you, Damien, likes it up the ass. All right, folks? But one thing is true. Nintendo is going in a negative direction in its gaming division, which is why it is going in a positive direction with its movie division, because it knows it cannot compete with the likes of Palworld. It can't. It can't. You take core Nintendo concepts and apply them across the gaming space, especially Steam, and Palworld has set the precedent for this. You can become an instant success. Let's make Barrio, folks. Let's make amazing Barrio and have him go on fun adventures with Ouija, right? And you'd do great. You'd do great. Who's the bad guy? Wowsy, folks.
Wowsy.
Yeah. And who are they saving? Prince Pear. They're saving Prince Pear.
Prince? He's a prince, though?
Yeah, Prince Pear, because it's gay, because wokeness. Prince Pear. Save the prince from Bowsy, who's a woman, a fat woman, a fat
You fight
tortoise
Karen.
woman.
You fight the Karen turtle.
Yeah, tortoise.
You save your
But yeah,
prince boyfriend. Could
If
work.
you can do that with Palworld, with Pokemon, why not Amazing Barrio with Super Mario? Right? Instead of Star Fox, folks, we'll have. Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's already a
What's the
Star Fox knockout, and it's actually on Switch right now.
Yeah, Wild
Nintendo
Blue,
Sun Rabbit.
it's called
It
Wild
just
Blue
comes
Skies.
to show Nintendo only sues things that they see as a threat. They'll leave like that little Star Fox clone alone.
Yep, it's called Wild Blue Skies.
Damn, it's not called Sun Bunny. Sun Bunny sounds sexual.
Although I think originally it was actually just going to be called Wild Blue, I think, and then they changed it to Wild Blue Skies. I don't know why.
Oh, you know how things are. People like changing things whether they think it's good or not, right? But we like to keep in touch with what we stand by, folks. Quite literally in some cases, such as with Dash, Dan, and Damien. That sounds like a porn parody, if ever there was one. But do you know one organization that doesn't like to keep in touch? The Internal Gay Network, also known as IGN.
Oh
Okay?
boy, we are covering this one. Nice.
You mean ignorance?
Yeah.
No. The Internal Gay
Ignorance.
Network.
IGN is ignorance.
Now, IGN is the Internal Gay Network.
Look, if this guy, you are going to
Technically.
laugh your asses off at this one.
Technically
at just how pathetically transparent is. And hey, shout out to Des for the $5. Thank you so much. This mother put me in the thumbnail and sends me a StreamYard link on Workday after an April Fool's joke.
Hey, I thought you said you could make it. You said you had a brand new avatar that was a black guy doing it to someone who looked like Damien. I thought you were being serious. My goodness, it's not my fault. It's not my fault I fall for jokes. I'm surrounded by jokes. Look at the network.
The fuck you mean?
Yeah, but this joke gives you the platform, and we're making money.
Yeah. Yeah, so why don't you create that VTuber look, Des? Just steal Hypno's look. Just make it green and cover it with your profile. It's fucking easy. It's easy. Come on, man. Which is what
Come
Damien
on.
likes to do. Come on, man.
No,
Oh, come on,
other way
You like to be
around.
come on.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you didn't have to say it. I already made.
Speaking of organizations that like it when people come on them, IGN, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
Awful,
God
awful organization. Okay? That's not happening. You're not being Somalian.
I
Over
want to
my
read
dead
this.
program. Go ahead.
With players increasingly looking anywhere but the classic methods to stay entertained, it begins to question as to whether fans of our beloved medium still have the appetite for traditional video games. The rise of Roblox, live service, and games and AI distractions is the world falling out of love with traditional video games.
No.
And what are traditional games to them? High Guard, Dustborn,
Marathon,
Marathon. Yeah, such traditional games.
Assassin's Creed
Roblox.
Shadows. Name them all. Name all the garbage games that they have built
Yeah,
over the
I
few
mean,
years.
like it's not like Crimson Desert just got like half a 500,000 players on Steam, got 4 million
Ooh.
copies sold in less than 3 weeks.
Boo, boo, Chinese bad, boo, because we're racist. IGN is racist. Boo, we can't support Chinese developers. We'll support Japanese developers all day long, but we won't support those evil Chinese creators. No, they're bad. Okay? Right? $70. $70 was like a thing for me, right? I'm not spending I don't care if your game is 700 hours long and entertaining, where you can pet every cat in creation. I'm not spending $70 on your game.
Look at
I'm
the
also
score
not
on
having I'm also not
Holy
playing a
shit.
game with Denuvo on it, but I'm not supporting IGN. So go and buy Crimson Desert. Clickety clack clack, clickety clack clack.
Mm-hmm.
Clickety clack clack. Okay.
It's like, it's so funny. Like, you know, they'll say gaming's dead, and like, yeah, look at all like fucking eugenics. Like, as much as I do not want to support that game just for Chris Chan, and Slay the Spire 2, my God, that is going to be a sick game once it gets fully finished.
And talking about Lady Death, look at Lady Death, how gooning she looks in that game. Holy shit!
Oh wait, her?
Yeah, you saw. I gave you the freaking atlas. I said I recommended it to you. How good that game looks.
Oh yeah, Lady Death.
Look,
You're
Death,
talking about a different game. Yeah, like the Lady Death game looks really sick.
And it's coming out somewhere in 2026. Don't know when. And also Liminal Point also as well is gonna be fucking good. And they're having some type of award show for Steam somewhere around like in the middle of April.
Steam Awards.
Yeah, I think it's something with Liminal Point. Gonna be part of it.
The key, though, guys, right? It's not that the games industry is dying; it's that their games industry is dying. Okay, console gaming is going the way of the dinosaur. Steam player base is exponentially growing. The game space that IGN existed within is dying out. The dinosaurs, and we are all pieces of the media. Meteor, not media. Although we are using new media, which is ironic considering it's been around for nearly 20 years. But you get the point. We are the meteor. Steam is the biggest asteroid of that combined meteor shower. But it's going to completely destroy the likes of IGN and the games industry of old. Their games industry is dying, not the one that is coming to change the world. Now give us money.
You know, people point out the whole mass appeal games for everyone model is like not working. You do need a target demographic. Yeah.
I have no idea, Des, but they gave Crimson Desert 6 out of 10, right? I have my issues with Crimson Desert. It's not a 6 out of 10 game. I'd give it the same score I gave Dragon Age Inquisition, an 8 out of 10. It's a thoroughly impressive game for what they're trying to do. It's a very ambitious game. My favorite Pokemon is Pikachu.
That's an easy
And that's
one.
the
Well,
safe-
mine's Dialga.
Mine is Marijuana Man. That
Marijuana.
one, the one that actually get high. Marijuana Man. He gets high and go to sleep. That's my Pokemon. He's a Pokemon leaf.
That's-
Just
I
kidding,
bet
bro.
you there's a Digimon that's just a Marijuana Mon.
Marijuana Man.
Goodness me. Damien, what's your favorite Pokemon? Diglett?
Totodile.
Ooh,
Oh.
nice.
Those vines, yeah. But
What are you talking about?
No, yeah, Totodile doesn't have vines.
yeah, they have vines, and where do the
That's
vines go?
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, someone's got vines though, Dash. Damien's favorite Pokemon has vines that can tie him up and grab him
No.
in all sorts
Okay,
of different
Damien, now
places.
is not the time for your sexual fetish. We're making fun
It's
of
not
IGN.
my fetish. Why are you projecting onto me, Dash? I didn't go to cinema with another man, with a married man as well.
That
Oh,
sounds
yes.
disgusting, Digny.
You
We just went over there to
scandalous
get a
man.
content to talk about it here.
Oh, you sound like an SJW. Like people can't be friends anymore. Every platonic relationship has to be gay.
Exactly.
I'm
That's the
sorry.
problem.
I'm sorry, guys, but look, you take women onto dates to the cinema. All right, you don't take another
You are
woman's.
desperate for material, dude.
Yeah, he is, because it's a funny part, right? So if we go to the movie, it's because we're constantly creating and get a perspective about the movie, and then trying to overthrow the woke-tards for actually trying to ruin the movie and criticize the movie without watching it first.
Also, we're friends and we want to talk to each other and meet each other. Like,
Dan, did you take your family to see the Mario movie?
No, because Dash and Ty got 2 tickets. I was gonna ask him to get a third one so I could take my daughter with me.
you
Right.
should have told me. I could have. I could have.
And I forgot.
Oh, damn.
Because my boss at the job was being a pain in the ass, calling me we got there in second. I was supposed to call you back and like, get another ticket. I was like, fuck.
It's only gay if you put your pickle in the popcorn. See,
Look,
that didn't
guys.
happen.
Look, guys, look what I found. I found ammunition for my narrative argument, right? So you went. Sorry, but I'm going to say this.
Oh my
for the sake
God,
of
you're
explaining.
derailing our topic. You fired IGN, not me
No,
or Dan.
we've already shat on IGN. We have to expose Furious Dan for not taking his daughter to see the Mario movie and how bad that is.
Don't
and
blame
how he
me.
went-
Blame the
he-
boss at my job for actually throwing more shit at me than compared to the other guy that's not doing nothing.
If I was woke, folks, I would create this article, right? Anti-woke content creator chooses a man over his daughter to see the Super Mario movie.
Digny, that you're out of line, dude.
See, look, and
All
that's
right,
how
Digny, no more
effective it
talking
would
about the
be
kid.
Yeah,
as
please.
a headline.
No, Digny, please. No.
You can tell how effective it is because it's gotten Dash in the fields. You have to understand what the opposition are about because they'll cross those lines, and that's why you've got to be willing to do the same thing, especially with the likes of IGN.
Dan was telling me a story about how Airbag went after his family, made some very
See?
nasty.
Oh, y'all blew up a storm on his ass. Let me tell you something right now. I fucking blew up a storm on him. And then he's such a punk that he keeps sending his woke-tarded people. I keep blocking the woke-tarded people. I say, yo, and I told him, keep sending me more woke-tarded people. Come on, keep sending to me.
Well, thankfully,
he couldn't defend himself
he's
after
been
that.
wiped out yet again. But he will
Again,
return.
he will be back like a cancer, though.
He's a cancer.
He
That's
is
what he is.
He is the Roblox of social media personalities, folks. Doesn't matter how many predators you get rid of that game, they're still going to be around. Just like
Of course.
IGN. How long has IGN
I
been
know,
around?
right, Des?
Right? That's because IGN stands for Ignorant Gay Network.
Mm-hmm.
That's
How
canon.
come I'm the only one who understands these things? IGN is the AIDS of games journalism because it won't go away. It's
They
a
have
big
been
issue.
downhill since like mid 2010s. Like
Yeah.
they used to be a reputable site. I remember when I always go to IGN.
Yeah, it's the embodiment of everything wrong with the games industry. But the more desperate they get, the more salacious and goddamn mad their articles are going to be. And they're going to target people like Dan, like Dash, like us, and find little narratives to form to build up their tattered reputation. So it's much better for me to present that to you and be prepared than for you to be caught completely off guard by the opposition. No force is too small for these motherfuckers to pick on. The likes of the airbag creature are living proof of that. As someone's phone goes off, nice to know you have a traditional phone sound. Because if you
Yeah.
think these types of people won't go after the little guys, well, they go after the little guys to stop them being big guys. You got to be prepared for it. If they went after Dez when he only had a few thousand subs, he'd be far easier to deal with than with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of
Oh,
subs.
I love it when they go after me because let me tell you right now, I'm heated. And I had one the other day, I hated the other day in my chat, calling me a loser. You know what I told him about the definition of a loser? This is what I told him about the definition of a loser. A loser is the person that goes above the law. A loser beat up his family. A loser goes to jail all the time, constantly get arrested all the time by the law. And a loser doesn't care about his own daughter or kid. Gets a girl pregnant, thinks he's the father of the year, but he's out there hanging out with his homie. That's a loser. And I told him all. He was like, yeah, that's like what I told him all. That's the reason why when somebody called me a loser, I give them a definition of a roast that their mother would never even want to look at them after that.
A loser beats his wife.
Yep, that's what I can say.
Wink.
Beats his wife, think they're above the law, and they think they want the father of the award a year. Fuck out of here. That's a loser.
Likewise with IGN, I'm sure they're filled with egregious personalities. You have to be egregious to be a games journalist in this day and age and work for companies like IGN, like Kotaku, like PC Gamer, to name but a few.
Hey, yo, Dash, guess what?
Yeah, what?
I found a Nintendo Switch 2 on GameStop for $439. Price drop. If I could get it with my membership, I could get it for $417.
Oh, excellent! Definitely take that.
Yeah, definitely gonna
off.
take it. They have it right now on stock. I might after the show, I might go pick one up.
Oh, nice, excellent.
Yeah, because
man.
right now for that type of price, before they increase the price on the consoles on everything now, because of the fucking Sony,
like definitely,
everybody just
like
take that
now,
price right now.
Now is the time. Like now
Take that
is the
shit now.
time. Like get it now before like it's too late.
Yep, definitely.
I think the prices are going to keep falling in the PC market because the AI bubble is bursting. It's not about to burst. It is bursting, and the dark shit is everywhere.
It's
Everyone
like-
who's invested in it is bleeding out. Sora's gone. OpenAI is bleeding out. All these AI companies and all these RAM hoarders are suffering the consequences. That's the thing IGN should be focusing about. That is a big story that they can report on.
IGN doesn't realize if games become unaffordable, I have a massive backlog of old ass games that I need to catch up on that I can play on either my Xbox One, my PlayStation 5, which has the PS4 catalog, my Steam library, which has hundreds of games I haven't touched. You know, and my Switch. My entire Switch 1 and 2 library.
I touch more my Nintendo console than I touch my PlayStation, and I got a PS5 right now catching dust. Like I said, the only time I get to play that
PlayStation's fault. That is all on PlayStation. I've talked about this.
Yeah, and the only time I get to touch my PlayStation if I want to play a racing game like Gran Turismo, that's it on the VR. Every other game that's on the PlayStation, I don't even play them. Listen, I got 2 Spider-Man games. I never got to finish them. I lost interest in Spider-Man. As soon as I saw the rainbow flags all over the goddamn building, I said, I'm done with fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, that shit is lame. I'm so glad. Like, I didn't even finish, like, Insomniac Spider-Man 1. And honestly, it wasn't like, back then, they only had 1 rainbow flag in the game. But now, like, I hear in, like, the new game, they're like, all over the fucking place.
And like Jase was saying, why would you not give? Why you give money to an industry that disrespect us? To tell the truth, I'm not trying to give the money to the industry. I just want to buy the Switch because sooner or later I gotta get a Zelda game, and I'm the only reason why I'm buying the Switch is to get content out of it, and that way I can bash the crap out of them after that.
Well,
just like I did with Code Violet.
Jace, I don't have to apologize for spending like money legally because, like, you know, as soon as you take like your money out of the market, like then you don't have power over them. They've already written you off as a customer,
Exactly.
and then all they have left is the modern audience. You need to stay in the game, even if it means like some of your money goes to like some people you might not like, you know. But does that mean you stop shitting on them?
Listen,
when they fuck up.
But I'm poor.
We buy from corporate companies all the time, right? For example, you buy stuff from Google. Google's fucking communistic and dictatorship as hell.
Yeah, a lot of
and we buy like little points, like AI points, or here and there. Check it out, Sora, same shit. What else? Any other company?
Amazon, like Amazon's not really like much of a saint.
We live in a corporate company that we don't like to buy shit from them, but sometimes we got no other option but to buy from them because that's the only way we're gonna live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Finish what's on your, like, we have the backlogs. Our backlogs are our greatest weapon against a greedy industry. If the industry wants to get super greedy, and you know, they're not just going to be pricing us out, they'll be pricing their precious woke-tards. Like their precious modern audience will also not be able to afford these games because a lot of them don't have jobs to begin with.
But then again, we have other industries that's not even involved with woke, like some certain companies, like for example, certain gaming companies, we have some things like we get games for other companies, that's not even involved with wokeness, and we got a lot of companies that's involved with wokeness. So all we got to do is watch out what we buy. We may not like, I might not like what I'm gonna do, buy the console, but there's gonna be gaming companies out there that's gonna come out with base video games for it.
I value like what I value.
Exactly.
And like, and if something is too much for me, like Tamagotchi Life, which I didn't even have interest in to begin with, not going to get it.
Exactly.
This company is out of touch. And I think that's what all of these topics we've talked about on today's show have in common. They're all out of touch from where things are at, right? We are in touch. Most of this panel likes touching things, okay? For better or for worse, okay? Especially at the top, very top and very bottom of this panel. We are in touch with where things are at, and we are unafraid to touch things. Unlike IGN, who are completely out of touch and won't touch anyone.
Exactly,
they will touch
Jason.
themselves, though.
They're trying to just protect the old order.
I want to
see where things are going.
I want to say something positive here. The only people I listen to, and generally when it comes to like gaming news and sources, is guys like you, guys like Jase, guys like Dash, guys like Digny. I listen to you guys because the moment I listen to IGN, Kotaku, and Rotten Tomatoes, I'm gonna get the wrong information. They're gonna be like, okay, don't watch this, don't play this game, it's crap. But by the end of the day, for bashing that game, okay, bash the game now, and then the other day, and then the next day, I'll buy the game, and it turned out to be a great freaking game. That's the reason why I rather listen to you guys than listen to these moronic people that's bashing stuff and culture because they don't care about it. They only care about is destroying what we love. And I rather listen, like I say, I listen to Cancel the Podcast every night. Cancel this podcast every night. He's out there ranting the shit out of these motherfuckers, but he's actually 100% correct.
Well, speaking of listening, Dan, right? Dash seems very popular at the moment. He has 5 notifications, and I'm wondering, where are those notifications from? Is Dash
probably just likes.
Enough?
Probably just likes.
People are liking.
Okay, yeah, like you know what? Yeah, let's see.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey, I'll take it. They call it
Gunnar.
No, yeah. Oh, this was just me reacting to Kotaku being gay.
Oh, I saw that.
Yep.
I saw that, and I put a tombstone.
Yep. Like now, Guno versus some female characters. Kotaku, come over to some female characters.
You saw the tombstone I made for them?
I did not see the tombstone.
Okay, so I say, Wotaku must go and be eradicated out of the face of this planet. And I posted
they will run out of ad revenue eventually. That's why
I don't listen to these.
They have to rage bait in order to stay relevant.
Yep. Yeah, I could just imagine writing an article and I would title it Why Damien Should Wear a Dress. A guide to succeeding as a content creator, right? Just pure rage bait of how Damien stands more of a chance of succeeding if he becomes a cross-dresser, right? Or being like Furious Dan's fists of shame
Oh,
are a
those
hate
fists of shame
crime.
be hitting them hard. They hate that shit.
Exposed.
They
Right?
hate that shit.
Your fists of shame are a hate crime. We should expose you.
Of course, and I'm
hate
still
criminal. Right? I can't think of anything for Galaxy. It's like exposing Galaxy Red's constant PC problems. He keeps gooning at his technology too often. It's like something like that. Just
I don't know.
just
I don't know
writing-
how that wouldn't even be a bad thing, really. What?
Just writing articles. Just writing articles.
Yeah,
that are
I
the
think that
most
those were all the
salacious-
same Kotaku article, just like this person just making like Fujo like shit, which is the Japanese term for a female who likes gay porn.
Fuck.
Yeah, Fujos. Yeah.
Female.
Okay.
Why would
At least I've been enjoying drinking piss.
Yeah, it's like the same way like a straight person would watch lesbian porn. It's like that.
Sure.
don't give me
Fujos.
I don't think anyone will really be watching.
Yeah, don't give me another reason to dislike the Japanese. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I've just discovered that straight Japanese women get off to male gay sex. Yeah, you learn so much on this show, ladies and gentlemen. When
it comes to digging.
No. It was Damien and Dash who came up with that. Okay. Okay. We all know why Damien's on this show. Because of Dash.
You were terrible.
All right. Yes,
all
I
right.
am terrible.
So I guess we are wrapping it up now.
Yeah, it is. It is future plans time, and yes, I know, Dash. You get disappointed when we wrap things up, but we cannot keep going on forever. Okay. Okay. Give poor Damien some rest. Please.
He was here late.
Yeah, he was.
He came to the panel late.
Yeah, he was late because he was preparing. Because she was so rough on him.
Yo, what's up with Zeno Drago? I thought he'd normally be here.
No,
he's a little confused. There was a little confusion.
It's because of it's because of the daylight
time
saving
change.
stuff. Yeah, and he was he only streams at 4:00, and the streams were at 4 until this week. So
yeah. Breaking news: Dash Attack forgets about a man for the first time ever. What are your future plans, Dash? Come on, tell us.
Okay, my future plans, other than concocting revenge plans, is to that was a joke, by the way.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so like my future plans, I'm probably going to stream a game tonight. Probably Fire Emblem because I don't know, I want to take a break from Crimson, and I probably won't be doing any other streams because the Easter weekend, because probably be spending some time with my family.
Excellent.
And other than that, like that's basically it. Happy Easter, everyone.
Yep.
Yes.
Same here.
Christ is king, folks. Christ is king.
Yes.
What are your future plans, Galaxy?
Well, I have no streams this weekend because I'm gonna try to
because Christ is king.
Well, that yes, and because I'm still trying to set up stuff on my PC, make sure everything's good for Monday when I start to go back to streaming. But I'll have my schedule up then on Sunday, and probably I will be playing games during the weekend though. Probably some Final Fantasy 11 and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it.
You can play that Jesus game, and you can title it "Christ is King."
No, I'm not playing I Am Jesus Christ. I'm not playing that one. Even though I heard it's good, I just don't know. I don't really want to actually play as Jesus.
Well, no, you don't play as Jesus. You play as a bystander, and you watch Jesus do the things he does in the Bible.
No, I think you do play as him.
You literally play as Christ, Dash.
Yeah, Yeah, that's why it's called I
Okay.
Am Jesus Christ. That's why
I saw this game in the PlayStation market before anyone was even talking about it. So, like, I remember
Yeah.
from the description.
Even religion people get in video games. They still know we need to have Muhammad and Allah to be in the video game also.
Oh,
as well.
you
The
can't.
next
No,
thing
you
that's gonna
can't.
happen.
No, Dan, you can't have the Prophet Muhammad in a video game. Muslims would blow it up because you're not allowed to
Did you-
depict
I think your
them
console will
in
blow up like
anything.
a time bomb.
Right?
yeah. They
Okay.
Your PC
I-
will go to smoke.
if,
Yes, it would.
if there was any like religious game I was going to probably play and maybe stream, it's not even out yet. It's called Gate Zero. I told Dash about it.
Yeah, I was looking into it. Yeah, it does seem like there is a new wave of tasteful religious games that aren't just like the edgelord like stuff like Christ versus Zombies, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah, and I'm not really like keen on actually playing as Jesus himself. So that's why I've rather played Gate
used to
Zero.
have-
This is more of a
We used to
not
have
really.
we used to have religion games back in the days for Nintendo. when
Oh
I was
yeah,
growing up.
and the
Yeah,
3D
Yeah,
Notice
unlicensed
art.
ones.
back in the
Yeah,
Bible
unlicensed.
stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, AVGN.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You could play as Super Jesus, returning for the second time and saving the world, and ultimately losing at the Battle of Berlin. How about you, Dan? How are your future plans?
Oh, my future plan is going all right. Thank God that I had a good talk with Dash over here and Josh say to bring me back into the streaming platform again.
It's Jace.
Jace. Well, what we call it, Josh?
Jace.
I say Jace.
Well,
I don't know.
Jace.
Jose.
yeah,
But
that's the reason
like
why
I
we're
was saying
calling
before,
Jasper.
I'm glad that they talked me back into coming back into after I hang out my gloves for the being discouraged friend with the YouTube situation and not having any audience, the algorithm just giving everybody else the clout. And
We're here for you, man.
It was hard. It was hard, and I came back and I had needed to talk to somebody that knows the situation of what they've been through, because I would have talked if I would have talked to somebody out there that doesn't do this thing, it would have been like a negative thing to me. I need to talk to somebody that knows what they've been through with the content creating thing. It was tough. It was tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I managed to come back yesterday for the first time and started streaming anime on Rumble movies. I streamed Akira yesterday and I streamed Theatrical Collection from Initial D. You guys can go and watch that too at Furious Dan 45 on Rumble, in on Kick also as well, Furious Dan, Wolf 4672 on X. You could watch those in there too. Don't watch any anime on YouTube because I'm not gonna post any anime because of their copyrights. They suck anyway. YouTube is a fucktard for doing shit like that for copyrights. And on top of that, you can also follow me on Twitch also as well. And I'm gonna be streaming more stuff in the future tonight for my streaming gaming of my choice. I was supposed to actually not game tonight. I was supposed to do the Blue Gender series from anime, but I kind of like changed my mind on that. So I'm gonna start streaming Super Mario Galaxy on the Switch tonight.
Alrighty then.
Nice.
Best of
Yeah.
luck
So
to you.
that means you have the 3D All Stars.
Yeah, I got the
Awesome.
3D All Stars. I got the Super Mario 64 with it, and the Super Mario Sunshine and the
Yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy, the first one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Well, that was a lot of future plans, ladies and gentlemen. How about Damien? What's Damien's future plans?
My future plans are obviously recording videos because I have to get back into the entirety of content creation. But tonight I might stream Baldur's Gate 3 because I reformatted my Windows, which means a lot of my save data for certain games is just gone.
I thought you hated Baldur's Gate 3.
I do. It's one of the reasons why the mods that I've gotten is no more diversity.
Mm.
We shall have our
Damien.
Hyperborea.
Damien secretly hates what he likes and secretly likes what he hates. It's part
Probably.
of his
Probably.
fucked up nature. Yeah. Anything else, Damien?
No.
I don't believe that, but I'll bring up your OnlyFans link when the show's ended. In regards to my future plans, ladies and gentlemen, more videos, more shows, more videos from said shows. We have a network show a day, which is driving me nuts. Okay, unfortunately, Starkvine won't be doing a network show tomorrow because he's very busy because he has a backlog to deal with in terms of content
Yeah.
creation. As far
I
as I'm
think-
aware,
Yeah, I think that Tony said he's only going to be like streaming like once a week now. I think.
yes, he's very, very busy, but this is the thing when it comes to network hosts not being able to make it,
Hmm.
gives me a day off. Because if they always make it, that's 7 days a week. That's constant. And
Yeah.
you guys know what happens when I constantly create content. I go fucking crazy. And it never ends well. But we appreciate everyone for being here. If you haven't already, like the stream, share the stream. Donations, of course, are always welcome. We appreciate everyone for their support. And sometimes when you're a content creator, the best thing to do is to take a day off before you go completely crazy. Okay?
Take a week
So
off.
there
You're
you
gonna go freaking nuts.
All right.
Oh. No.
Thank you all for watching. Happy Easter, and we'll see you all next Friday. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Christ
guys.
King.
Bye, guys.